Welcome to the shit show.
Tom, it is another week. It is December 11th, 2025. It is the All Elite Wrap-Up. Another episode of AEW Dynamite that I thought was really good. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Most importantly, though, we are going to talk about all of you watching / listening to us right now. We love you. We want to be your friends. We want to talk about All Elite Wrestling with you every week and throughout the week. And you can do that in many ways. Talk to us. We're on the blue sky. Both of us were out there skeeting away last night. You can find us there. You can find us right here on the YouTube, right? Live streaming. We have a website, allelitewrapup.com, where you can subscribe for free if you want or not. You know, but if you subscribe, you'll get the emails that tell you, hey, we're going to do a show tonight, right? It's typically Thursday nights. Last week was Wednesday night. That's where subscribing would have benefited you because you would have known we were going to go Wednesday night, unlike our senior international correspondent, Ash Hendricks, who sent us an email, but he sent it on Thursday, expecting we would be to the show Thursday, but was a day late, so we're going to play that today. We're going to talk to him, but everybody else can do that. AEWrapup@gmail.com. Send us an email. We'll play it here. But Tom, man, so much we're going to talk about. I'm excited.
Honestly, really was. Last night, you know, sometimes they do these named events. You know, they'll do beach break and all these other kind of things. Winter is coming. I will say this. It was a fantastic pay-per-view quality episode. It didn't have the memorable moments of Sting debuting in AEW like it has in the past.
Yeah.
I think even Aleister Black was debuting when he did the spin kick on Cody. I think that's a Winter is Coming. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying memorable things happen at Winter is Coming. Not that much happened as far as like, oh, in 6 years we're going to remember. Although I guess the show did kick off with some history. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, and we're tons of fun, so we want you to enjoy the ride with us, chat with us like Theo P is in the chat. He said we're probably fighting each other. Loser wears the Jeff Jarrett shirt, because we were starting a little late here. Some things, sometimes we're busy, and that's what, stay tuned with us, and you'll know all the haps, right? All the haps. But Tom, anything going on in Tom's world, other than the Chiefs suck and might not make the playoffs, and...
Well, who wants to do it all the time? You know what I mean? Like, eventually you're like, hey, I want a vacation.
My body hurts.
So,
yeah. You know what I mean?
When you play 8 seasons in 4 seasons, eventually you're like, I just want a break. And so, yeah, why not just get an early break? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's give one to old, Josh Allen or somebody, whoever wants
get
to
the
take
fuck
the
out of
prize.
here. No, it ain't going to be fucking Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen as a human, but that motherfucker...
Who is it going to be this year? I mean,
it's going to be the Rams.
It's going
to be the Rams.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the Rams. Huh?
The Rams. It'll be the Rams.
Look, Colts were looking hot for a while, and then poor bastards, man, everything fell apart for them.
Well, if you're, a diehard of diehards, the Chiefs do have a path still to make the playoffs. I don't know. I think the hardest part is us winning 4 in a row. That's the hardest part.
Now they're going to not lose again. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
Honestly, once we get in the playoffs... All right. I mean, anything can happen. But yeah, that's going on. I've been paying attention to the winter meetings in baseball, watching all the free agents go to all the different places and things like that. Adding to my pro wrestling figure collection. I just showed you the Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also, here's a deep cut. I got this the other day. You want to see this? Virgil.
Yes.
Huh? Look at that. You got old Virgil right there. What motherfucker?
Old Verge.
You talking to me? So now I have the full collection of IRS, Million Dollar Man, and Virgil. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I did get the Brutus the Barber beefcake, but that figure sucks. The face looks like shit on it. So.
Well, so it's post-accident? That's fucking hard.
Well, no, look. Here. Yeah, you keep talking. I'll grab it. Like, look at how weird it is.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen the... what is that on the Dark Side of the Ring where they talked about his yeah, I never knew that, to be honest with you, until I watched that episode. I don't know how I missed that, you know what I mean, story from back in the day and never knew that. What a crazy
yeah,
story.
like, so here's an example of like a typical face. There's Stone Cold Steve Austin yelling at you, right?
Looks
pretty
like
good face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty like it. Like the likeness is pretty good on that.
Yeah. Look at that. That looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, that is. Well, now listen. He I mean,
Oh, I know, but you know what I mean? Like,
I'll say this. They got his facial expression correct.
yeah, it's just a
But
little
it
too
still
cartoony.
looks not right. Yeah, it still looks
Yeah.
not human-ish,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It looks
the-
like it was... Yeah, it almost looks like it was... What was that one... The Critic, right? Where John Lovitz was like that cartoon there. It almost looks like a character from that, right?
Good call. That's a good deep
Yeah.
cut. I like it. That was a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. What are you up to? What are you doing? You bowling?
Well, no, some of that has been on pause because, they're doing all their finals and all that stuff. But we did the holiday things, recently. And then just, man, we've been busy getting the house ready. We've had some other, errands here and there and some other, affairs to get in order and those sorts of things and just doing adult things, which suck. You know what I mean? Adult things, ew.
Well, let's not talk about adult things. Let's talk
Yeah.
about men and women play fighting in their underwear. Last night, they did it in Atlanta, Georgia. Have you ever been to Atlanta?
I've been to Atlanta for a couple nights on a work thing, so I never really got out of the area. Did get talked to on the street by a gentleman in a nice 3-piece suit who was trying to show me where every strip club in the immediate area was, and then asked me to help the homeless. I didn't think he was homeless because of the way he was dressed, so I don't know.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know what
Yeah,
homeless
but
he
yeah.
might have been helping, but
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
I was like, listen, sorry, I gotta get back to this thing, the conference going on, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
He was
Magic
like, what was
City.
your name again? And I was like, Steve.
Yeah, there you go. My name is none of your fucking business. I lived there for a year. I think I've said that before. The big strip club that's worldwide known is Magic City.
Yeah.
But the one that if you really like the real ones know, Babylon. Club Babylon. I like that. You know why? Because they didn't check IDs and I was 20 and I was like, I'm not fucking, just let me in, And they did. Love that.
No, I'm sure you were 22.
Exactly, yeah. You know what?
You have it wrong. You're misremembering. You were clearly 22. It's fine.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Officer.
totally fine. Yeah.
Actually,
Everybody knows that.
Never. I was going to say a crazy story. I pushed a cop one time after leaving Club Babylon. That was wild. Yeah, I pushed him really
Like
hard.
on duty in uniform?
Yeah, I was like,
That's
you
great.
motherfucker. And
That's great.
woo.
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but they said it. And then someone had like one of the flip camera, like the chocolates. Remember those chocolates? And they
Yeah.
had the little grainy video. I was like, God damn, look at that and get killed. But Atlanta, they had wrestling. And last night, we started off with some history. It was a tag team match to crown the first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. You had on one side of the ring, the Babes of Wrath. And then on the other side of the ring, you had the Timeless Love Bombs. So you had Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron taking on Timeless Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. This was good. I'll say this before I let you kind of give your 2 cents on it. I thought, honestly, they didn't do a lot of Toni Storm versus Willow because I think they realized, like, oh, everyone loves both of these two, so let's just do more Mina and Harley. But I think they should have turned up the...
Don't we have to get the heat going there? Because, I think... Didn't they never really meet during Toni Storm's run either?
No, yeah. Honestly, I think, again, who knows? But I think as Timeless Toni Storm, I don't think they've ever actually had a proper program. But yeah, they were going nuts when they finally got their face to face.
I was too. I skewed
yeah.
it. I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
And I think they should have leaned into that a little bit more because when they were doing Mina and Harley, everyone was just like, but not like.
Now, I do think if we're going to lean into it ever, we should have a plan for what we're about to do with it, because if that shit pops off, it could be something great, right? Like, everybody really loves these two, like you said. So we should have a plan for it so we don't just go like, oops, oh, that was a moment we could have done something with and fucked it up.
Well, we'll see if we have a moment here, because, again, we have a wrestling match. Wrestle. It wasn't going to be a, all-time classic, top 10 AEW matches of all time, but it was a good match. Definitely great to kick off a show. And the Babes of Wrath are your first ever AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Tim, your thoughts?
I mean, I'll say this. I thought they were going to go the other way, right? Not that I really cared. I was fine with either, team winning this. So I was really just kind of enjoying the show. But I just kind of thought we were going to go with Toni Storm and Mina because I felt like that was the stronger people to lead a story coming out of the gate, right? Now, maybe coming right out of the gate is Toni Storm and Mina are like, hey, we want our damn rematch and we continue this little thing. But I doubt it. You know what I mean? Based on, other things we see, I think, if I remember correctly. But, yeah, it was fine, right? Like you said, match was good. There was no bad parts. The crowd was into it. Great. We have our new champs. The question always lingers on something like this. Now what?
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes, especially in the moment, we try to make things, oh, wow, the first ever women's tag team champs. This is monumental. This is going to be historic. The first AEW men's tag team champions was SCU.
Yeah, do we remember that? Yeah.
Kazarian, do you remember, you know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be this, oh my God, and they ushered in the golden age, right?
Yeah, we were sort of frozen in the moment, as it were, right?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what we saw afterwards. So the Babes of Wrath win, they celebrate, they get the fireworks. Toni Storm and Mina are kind of staring there, or, laying there watching them, staring at them, and then they get up and they do the handshake. I don't know how many times we can do this in a row with Toni Storm. I kind of feel like we're hitting the same drum for multiple characters. And what I mean by that, and we'll get to the other person I'm talking about here in a minute, but I'll just say both of them now. But you have Toni Storm being the, I lost, but congratulations to you handshake, right? Did it to Chris Statlander, did it to the Babes of Wrath here. If you do it anymore, you kind of look silly. You got Jon Moxley, who keeps tapping out to everyone and losing. Okay, well then if everyone beats him, it's not monumental anymore. So
here's what bugs me very specifically about why it was done here. Because in the moment it struck me as weird also. Because, as you've expressed, Jon Moxley did this, Toni Storm did this, where, all right, Tom just beats me in a match, right? For the Jeff Jarrett shirt, wearing thing, right? Afterwards, this is a normal human thing. This does not take me out of the, I can pretend that this is real, right? Because I'm upset about that. But as I'm upset, I'm like, gotta do the right thing, gotta be a competitor. It's sport, it's not personal, shake the hand, get the fuck out of here, right? So you kind of change your attitude a little bit, you loosen up, you shake hands. Cool. But both of them did it here, right? Mina and Toni Storm did it. Did they have a conversation about that before they got back in the ring to be like, let's for a second be brooding about it, but then we'll both simultaneously shake their hands? Because you both didn't go through that feeling simultaneously, decide to get back in the ring angry, and then both be like, never mind, without having any fucking communication about it. You know what I mean? That's what bothered me about it.
I don't know.
Took me out of the moment, right?
That's
what screamed pre-choreographed, right? That's what.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're connected at the hip,
It's true. They
read each other's minds,
right.
So
that's right.
Maybe they did. Yeah. Maybe their vaginas synced up together and said, handshake. And then
there is an energy shared. But that's true.
And it's not just with women. Check most men tag
Yeah.
teams. Their dicks will get hard and they're like, oh, handshakes. And then there you go. You always see it.
Does that happen on most male tag teams?
The ones I watch.
Ask everyone you run into.
Yeah.
Just ask them.
So we get our first ever women's tag team champs. So there you go.
You know what we forgot to do?
Oh, we forgot to read an email. So let's hit a pause on this.
Should we do that? I mean,
Yeah.
We're at a breaking point here, right?
Yeah, we're at a breaking point. So we got our first women's champion.
Yeah, we got our first women's tag team champion.
We're so out of practice. Well, we're so out of practice because it's so infrequent from our international correspondent that we lose what's going on.
Before we get to our international correspondent, is there anything you want to wrap up about this?
No,
the tag team champs. It's the Babes of Wrath.
I think this is what I was going to say. I think our first challengers are going to be Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. I think they come back and say, we're going to kick your ass. So
I'm glad you said that, because let's play our call from our international correspondent. Ash Hendricks. He also, I want to remind everybody that you too can do this. AEWrapup@gmail.com. It's 1W, AEWRAPUP @gmail.com. Type it out. Phone call it, you know what I mean? MP3 it, MP4 it, even if you're talented enough, and we may play it right here or read it right here, and let's just get right into it.
International correspondent back in your lives, ears, and motherfucking hearts, bitches. Quick question, guys, for you guys. When did Marina Shafir get good at wrestling? Because, like, for the longest time, I thought she sucked, but she's been putting in some bangers now. Like, literally, I'm like, I don't know how much longer of this tag match they got going on. I'm watching Dynamite right now, innit? But I'm like, yo, she's actually, like, good. Like, when did that happen? Because she sucked forever. Like, what's going on, man? That's fun. Also, another question for you guys. We are approaching the end of the year. I'm assuming you're doing the end of year awards again. But if I could get a question in ahead of time, I would like to ask my beautiful, charming, handsome friends from across the pond. What has been your match of the year for AEW? Mine was Hangman Page and Will Ospreay. What was yours? Have a good show. If I don't send another voicemail in before the end of the year, I hope you guys have a great Christmas, and I hope a great New Year for you both. Safe. Bye.
Yeah, man. Is Marina Shafir good at pro wrestling?
Here's what I'll say. No, but this is what they're doing. Well, this is what they're doing.
Okay.
They're playing to her strengths.
Yeah.
For the longest time, she was trying to do the Will Ospreay match, right? Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, with some hip tosses. Right, but then she was doing like, oh, but I know judo, so here's a hip toss. Now it's like, hey, no, this is the thing I do, and we're going to make sure that this match is that, and then I might lose or whatever, but that's what
perfect. That's what you need to do, right? And here's what I'll say, too, is I don't think I will agree. I used to think she was terrible and sucked and didn't want her anywhere near. I think because they're doing like you said now, and look, anybody who's hanging around, I would expect you're improving on your craft. You know what I mean? Like you're getting better at it. She's hanging around with some of the best to do it. They're running
She's
the
married
roads.
to Roderick
She's
Strong.
married to Roderick Strong. So, I would almost expect that she would be better at it than she was 6-7 years ago or whatever, you know, when we first started seeing her hang around. So, I do think that style that she does well lends itself well to the stories they're telling with the Death Riders, and all of it fits well. It's even, oddly enough, it fits well with the Megan Bain thing. I think that's more an indictment on Megan Bain being kind of nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like not really being much, and that's why it fits. But yeah, now the other question, that reminds me, I think it's maybe next week and the next, like we've got to think about Dear Santa coming up.
Yeah.
A special episode where we'll give our Christmas wish list for AEW next year, and then last episode of every year we try to do the end of year awards. Tom, are we coming up on the end of 2 years as the All Elite Wrap Up now?
Come on, man. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, so Ash reminded me of that. We've got to get that. So yeah, don't hold me to it yet, but my match of the year so far, I mean, what's coming to mind is the Moxley Hangman death match, right? Just because I know the story behind it, and I'm more of a story guy than a match guy, but I do know that match was awesome and know the story. So I still reserve the right to change that by the time we give our end of year awards, because I need to do a little more research, but that's what initially came to mind. What about you, Tom?
That's 100% the same thing I was going to say. That had all the things in it, right? You had obviously Hangman and Jon Moxley. Then you had the Death Riders. Then you had the interference with Darby Allin, and then you had the passing, or I guess how would you say, the squashing of the beef between Hangman and Swerve, right? So you had that moment finally. You had the Young Bucks in there doing their stuff. That match, I would say, here's the top three off the top of my head that I would say. Hangman, Jon Moxley is probably number one, but again, just like you said, don't hold me to it. But I feel like that was encapsulating everything AEW 2025 right there. Boom, that whole match with everything involved. Darby,
I feel like it was
right?
the years of story, as it were.
Yep, there it is, right there. The second one was the Hollywood ending with Toni Storm and Mariah May, where they had the end. It should have been the main event. That would have been the second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one, you know, I did like the Hangman Will Ospreay, but I liked it because of the story. Like, it was a fun match, but like Hangman, the leading into it, the Will Ospreay saying, "It is finally my time," Hangman saying, "I ain't moving to the side yet."
Never not my time. So sorry, pal. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's what I liked. So those are top 3. I would say top 2 for sure, and then that third one kind of rotates.
So you didn't include Claudio and Jeff Jarrett. Their banger of a match.
I didn't include MJF and Jeff Jarrett either. Remember that? They did that shit
man.
too.
That's an easy top 2 right there.
Yeah, no. But yeah, those 2 for sure would be, I would say, the top matches for me. Yeah.
You see how fun
I
this
love
is?
that Hollywood ending.
You listeners, you wrap up fans, you could do the same thing, right? You could take over a portion of the show, and we could talk about what you want to talk about before we get back to talking about what we want to talk about. See, we're giving you a stage because we are of the people, Tom and I.
Yes, we are of the people. Speaking of the people, our heavyweight champion that represents the people, Samoa Joe, is next. And he was standing there with Hobbs, Hook, and Shibata. And he said, "Hey, Eddie, you wanted that motherfucker back? Well, guess what? He's been here the whole fucking time. And your little idol that you used to look up to, he's going to fucking kill you. He's going to murder you tonight."
Well, I am ready for the ops to start running roughshod over things because they looked so fucking cool in this promo. Like, just standing there all beefed out, fucking mean mugging the camera, Joe spitting the promo like only he can. I was like, oh, fuck it, this is cool. Right? Like, these guys are cool.
Yeah, and this is when, like, gang warfare, when the thing that gets my nipples fucking hard is when you fucking mash these things together.
One of the many things.
Yes, one of the many things is when you mash these things together and then you go, like, what would happen? I don't fucking know. But the idea that you could do a strong represented ops, like you just said, Powerhouse Hobbs, Hook, Shibata, the heavyweight champion, Samoa Joe. Those guys, not the ones that we saw earlier this year, but those guys standing across from the Death Riders of Jon Moxley, Claudio, Pac, Daniel Garcia, and then Willer Yuta's kind of just playing with himself in the corner. But then those motherfuckers, like Samoa Joe, Jon Moxley, fucking really banging heads, like that shit fucking, yes, do a War Games of that, or Blood and Guts, I should say.
So for everybody keeping score at home, when you mash these things together, Tom's nipples get hard.
Right here.
Remember that right there. So yes, man, I do think the one thing I would find a way to do, and I think I've got an idea for it, is get the trios title from Joe to Hook, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think what you do is you have Joe almost make Hook prove himself through something, right? That can now come up later when we need to do the break apart and the whatever, right? Have Joe kind of power trip on Hook a little and have Hook ultimately resent that in the end, right? But somehow Hook proves his worth, but later down the line, like, I didn't have to prove my worth to you, bitch, right? A year later or whatever, right? Whenever we're ready to pull that trigger, right?
Or you know, another way you could do it is because he is kind of this, I took a jet here to Fishers, Indiana kind of thing.
I got time for this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could say let's say a pay-per-view. Let's just say it's World's End, hypothetically. They say Tony Khan tells Tony Schiavone to tell us, right? Because Tony Khan doesn't like to be on TV, which he shouldn't be. But that's how we get the message, right? Tony Schiavone says, hey, Tony Khan says, since you're a double champ, you have to defend both belts. You're going to be the heavyweight champion defending against Hangman, and the trios titles are going to be against the Elite, right? And then that's when Samoa Joe goes, Freebird rule. And he goes, what? Freebird rule. What the fuck are you saying? Freebird rule.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Hook, you're in. And then he goes, I got my title match in the main event. And then they're like, this motherfucker. Yeah. And then
the things like we just never like give it back to Joe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's just never back to Joe.
Yeah, but like he just goes, oh yeah, no, the Freebird rule. It's in the contract. And then he's like, Tony Schiavone's like, God damn it. Because you could go back to Tony Schiavone kind of want to stick it to Samoa Joe for the whole Halloween bullshit, you know what I mean? And then Joe's like, oh, you thought you got one on me? No. Hook, get your bitch ass in there.
The one thing we need is every time this happens, right, like Tony Khan tells Tony Schiavone to say something to Joe. Joe's like, fuck you, Schiavone, no, right? And then Schiavone's got to go back. We need some clips of Tony Khan being like, what happened? And he'd be like, man, I don't know. He's big. He's intimidating. You know, I'd be like, get back in there and tell him to, you know what I mean? He'd be like, why don't you tell him? Be like, listen, I'm busy. I've got board. Like, they're both scared to talk to Joe. Yeah, he's like, listen, I'm like, but have him be like kind of obviously scared, I even think, right? Because it's Joe. Be like, listen, I've got a meeting with Pepsi. We're gonna go over.
Or just be like, I own this. This is part of your paycheck. You go do it. Exactly. I don't want to do it. That's why I'm paying you.
You're a senior director of talent or whatever it is, right? Be like, all right, fine. Be like, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, so Samoa Joe has a very stern warning for Eddie Kingston, and then we take that to another promo, but this one's like a stylized promo. What's up?
Hold on, before we move, and you know, not to spoil what happened as we talk about spoiler alert, you know, Samoa Joe beats Eddie Kingston, but like I thought that promo led me to believe we were gonna get the impossible. Right? It was too good. It was so good. I was like, fucking Eddie Kingston's winning. Right? I was like, fucking Eddie Kingston's winning because Joe just dropped that. Like, he has to win now. And
well, we'll get to that. I thought Eddie Kingston, when he invoked the name of Terry Funk, that's when I thought he goes,
that's what cemented it, but that's why I was like, okay, we're getting this tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we go to another promo, but this one is a pre-packaged, you know, we shoot it from the side, we shoot it straight on. And it's Jon Moxley saying that the Death Riders march on. We may lose, but we keep on going. We show up every day, we grind, we try to make this place better. We're the hungriest, no one's out working us. And then Daniel Garcia's like, yeah.
Daniel Garcia, though, this still fits him better. This promo style of this group was way more believable. Was it Collision where I saw Darby make fun of them doing push-ups, where he was like talking in his promo, like he was like, oh, and then no, fuck, you guys are just sitting doing push-ups and shit. Like,
it is. I will say, I think they're trying to make him more like a baby face, like a slow mold into babyface, because it's, hey, we're here, we're dedicated. That's admirable qualities, right?
Sure.
But yeah, there is a little bit of this weirdness of like, we do push-ups after our matches. Why? We do wind sprints. Why?
I've hated every person like that.
Right?
Oh, God. Like, that's grind culture in physical form, right?
I hate grind culture. If there's one thing that you want me to, the quickest way you can get me to roll my eyes is say grind culture. It's just
hustle core.
Like college football, I think it was the University of Syracuse. They won, but they didn't win by enough. They won by like 3, and they made the fucking team run on the field after the game. Like the fans were still leaving, and they made them do it.
Speaking of college football, you've been seeing this stuff about the coach of Michigan?
Yeah.
Oof. Mm-hmm. Rough situation. All right. Where were we at?
Yeah. Because reckless speculation, but what I read is that he went to the side girl's house with a knife and was like, I'm going to kill you or I'll kill myself.
So here's what I've pieced together thus far, right? All right. So from all the various sources, the university finds out he's having an affair with a staffer, right? So they fire him.
All of them do.
How they found out about this was they got an anonymous tip from a DoorDasher who had to deliver a plan B to the Michigan football offices. Smart decision. He gets fired, goes to the side piece, right? Threatening to kill himself, threatening to kill her, does all that, runs off, gets arrested. Apparently, the worst part of this, too, is Michigan, apparently, before finding out about the anonymous tip and the thing, had been told a couple weeks prior that people were suspecting he was having mental health issues.
Oh.
And they just straight up fired him with, like, no HR present, no anything. So, like, part of this might be like, oh, hey, guys, right? Like, maybe you should have, like, not rushed into this, right? And now, of course, he obviously did a bad thing, right? Like, not to knight him in this situation, but...
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying anything, but, like, don't we remember Bobby Paterno? Remember when he had, like, the neck brace and and then the fucking Rick Pitino in his fucking car in the parking lot of a bullshit?
Michigan trying to shun cheating allegations from Harbaugh, now get into this guy doing things...
Motherfuckers, get Tom Brady to coach. That's all you fucking need to do. There you go. Get that motherfucker out. He'll do it.
I wonder what Phil Rivers is doing. All right.
Yeah, fucking What a slap in the face of like Cam Newton, though. You know what I mean? Like you picked Phillip Rivers over Cam Newton.
Kaepernick.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. His oldest daughter is older than the backup.
Yeah.
His oldest child is older than the backup he's starting in front of. Anyhow.
Somebody
Continental
asked
Classic.
him, they were like, what's your game weight? What do you weigh right now? And he was like, I don't know. He was like, honest answer. He's like, I don't know, Jeff, or like whatever the guy said.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm being real with you, I don't fucking know.
And they're going up against
like,
the Texans, right?
Like, brother, they just called me yesterday. You think I know what I weigh, man?
Yeah. But they're going up against the Texans, right? Isn't
are
it
they?
the
I
Texans
don't
this
know.
week?
Yeah.
That fucking sucks if that's true, which I think it is.
First couple sacks.
He's done.
This.
He won't even last a quarter. He's like, he's going to pull an oblique and then be like, motherfucker.
Or is he going to do the Aaron Rodgers, be like, oh, look, fucking, oh, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Can't walk.
My leg. Yeah. Got something in my eye. Yeah. All right, let's get back into the breakdown here. We get the Continental Classic Gold League match. We get the Rainmaker and our AEW Unified Champion, Kazuchika Okada with 6 points, taking on the recently added, because Darby Allin is injured, legitimately apparently, Jungle Jack Perry, who has 0 points. And I think the moment of the match here is Okada bites Jack Perry's hand to get out of a submission and then rolls him into a tombstone, which then Jack Perry bites Okada's dick to get out of the tombstone.
Which I've never seen that I can recall.
Makes sense, though.
And the whole thing is, that's entirely sold by Okada, right? Like, we have no clue that anything's happening.
You think he did it? You think he did it?
It's like, you think he like really bit his dick? Yeah. Because what's he like? Yeah. How am I going to know when you're biting my dick? I'm just going to bite your dick.
I'm bite your dick. Yeah, you better sell, brother.
Jack Perry.
Yeah.
You think he managed to get like one ball in part of the, like, how does that work? What do you get? Yeah. Just the tip? Like, what's going on here?
Well, that leads to the counter that needs to happen. Not necessarily biting the dick, but if you start headbutting, right? Every time he gets you into a tombstone, you like pitch and and he falls and like, guess you're not getting that move on, huh? How about that? Right?
I didn't expect this, but we got into a conversation by had to be like, not necessarily biting the dick.
Yeah, not biting the dick, but if you headbutt the dick.
Headbutt it. This is the beauty of this show. You are not hearing this.
No.
On
fucking
Cornet.
Dave Meltzer and all you got.
Busted open. You know what I mean?
Bully Ray ain't talking about this shit.
Talking about biting dicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where else are you going to get that?
Or counters to a tombstone using your head to hit the dick.
Who else is going to tell you what gets your nipples hard? You know what I mean?
Who?
You know what I'm saying?
Only here. Only here. But yeah, so we have a fun back and forth fight. Now, the thing I thought was interesting is if you do the math here, Okada defeats Jack Perry.
Yep.
Jack Perry now has 0. He's mathematically, if I can do math correctly, essentially eliminated from advancing to the finals, to the World's End. Well, they have to, right? So they have to continue to wrestle. But he gets the victory. Okada does.
They should explain that as like the higher up you finish on the standings, the more money you get out of it. You know what I mean? Just explain it like the money match.
To continue,
Yeah, you're going to grow your purse. You're not going to get the thing, but you're going to get 100,000 more for each rung up you are, right?
And they generally will have someone, it feels as if the last couple of years or since this tournament started, that at least one person always ends with 0, like they didn't win anything. I think one year it was Mark Briscoe. I think another year
it should almost be that you get $1 million for every point you get in the tournament, right? So then okay, last match,
$100,000,
$100,000 for whatever it is, but whatever you want to. I mean, it's fucking.
But you know what I mean. Like then everyone's trying to get in the tournament. I want $6 million. I mean,
but yes, right? Like so, it's something like that, and then that means like even if I got 0 points and it's the last match, like why do I give a fuck about scoring 3 points in this stupid tournament? Well, that could mean $300,000, right?
Yeah, definitely. So Okada gets the victory. Jack Perry is defeated. The Don Callis family then come out. They celebrate. Don Callis gets on the microphone and he's like, hey, Jack, fun fact here. I got the Young Bucks money here because they didn't want it, apparently. I got it. If you join the family,
give it to you.
Give it to you. Now, here's the catch there, Jack. 7 of us, 1 of you. make the right decision.
Yeah. Want to get your ass beat or a sack of money? What do you want here? Yeah.
Well, and then I thought I would have like high-fived Jack Perry backstage if I was Okada, because I wrote this down. He says, Jack Perry's response is, well, I guess for the second time tonight, it looks like I'm going to bite off more than I can chew.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. Thanks, man. Yeah.
yeah. And then he goes on the attack, right? Then he goes fighting everyone. And then here comes Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus does the numbers thing. Oh, all of you. Young Bucks come out, hit him, and we end the segment. Again.
And they got the money.
And they got the money. Yeah. But again,
So they stole money. And we like,
I'm not
yay.
interested anymore. Well, I'm not interested. What's very similar to how we describe Jericho, where it's like, hey, make me miss you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Make me miss this feud. I don't want to see Don Callis, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega for a year at least. Like, get this the fuck on, man.
Can I swing the topic of conversation a little? The thing that stuck out to me the most about this was we've gone too big with the hair on Jack Perry, right? And I understand I'm currently also in the process of growing my hair out. So far be it for me to say something, but like a third of his mass is his hair at this point.
He is a small person.
What is going on here, man?
When I met him, it was like, oh, that's a kind of small guy. But then when we were at Dynamite and I got to see him move around, I was like, man,
it would be one thing if he had that much hair, but it's so like puffy because it's so curly shit that it looks like what is going
top
on?
Heavy.
Yeah, it looks like a troll doll when you like what the hair.
Yeah,
something's off, man. It's an odd look.
So yeah, we get what is it? The Young Bucks and Jurassic Express standing tall.
Young
there
Express.
We go. Yep. And then we go backstage, and the conglomeration are celebrating with the Babes of Wrath. And then even the Timeless Love Bombs go in there, and they celebrate. And that's where I'm thinking, this seems a little too much.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll run it back. And because unless you've got a story ready, I don't just want, and next pay-per-view, here's your first contestants, and it's Penelope Ford and Megan, or not, I guess Penelope Ford, right? But Megan and what's her name?
Marina
Shafir. I just don't want that, right? Like, we did all the tag teams already, so there's no new tag team that you're going to roll out. So maybe just go back with the best one of the others, right? It's Timeless Love Bombs, and we'll get a story for another pay-per-view, and while we buy time and figure something out.
You know, I understand that it's important in wrestling to have ebbs and flows, right? You don't want to just always be on top because then it gets boring and, oh my God, then they'll call you John Cena. But when you kind of go up and down, it makes you more interesting. So I get that Toni Storm isn't going to be the champion next month. Yeah. But I don't know if we're utilizing the best of her abilities by just having her putting over all the other talent to make sure that we like them or we notice them. Like, she's what Mercedes thinks that she is, right? Timeless Toni Storm is the one that people need to be interacting with, not the other way around.
We don't say it tongue-in-cheek here. Timeless Toni Storm is the best wrestler in the world. Right?
Yes.
So, like...
Yeah.
So, just leaving her to do this so many times in a row, I think, is a little bit criminal. I understand saying, like, we're not saying, like, hey, MJF's done too many jobs here for somebody. No, because MJF isn't the best male wrestler in the world, right? He's not the best wrestler in the world. I mean, like, he may argue, different.
Right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Presentation-wise, either.
Yeah, it's just, she can literally, it's one of those where, like, where people, like, if you're in a random space, hand Eminem or that guy Harry Mack, right? Hand him a microphone and watch him go, and just like nobody can fucking do that, right? And especially not with the ease that they're doing it right now upon request. That's what she can do any moment, right? Turn her live, let her go. She's giving us the best entertainment of the night, and so it just feels weird to have it.
Well, and if you're going to have, I guess, and here's even more so of what I'm saying is, because again, I think losing is interesting. Don't just have her lose just to shake the person's hand. That's the thing. If you're going to have her lose, let's have a development out of that, right? Let's have some character depth. Don't honestly, just have it be.
That was the problem with the John Cena was he would, oh man, put her there, pal. It's like,
Oh.
nerd.
Dude,
Boring.
So as you know, I have a side quest. We'll get back on track. As you know, I have a Substack. I started writing. I probably got 400 words in about why John Cena fucking sucks. Like, legitimately fucking sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really getting pissed off of this revisionist history of us all acting like this motherfucker was always our Suck a dick. Here, quick rant. I'll just say it here and then I'll write it maybe later. This is the whole fucking John Cena thing, right? Is he was interesting. He did the rap thing. He won the title from JBL. He did some interesting things with ECW. But after Rob Van Dam, right? All he did was, I'm either the champ, show up and fight me like a man, or I need to be the champ and I need to get that back. And the only reason people thought it was interesting is because he represented the machine. That's why when people like CM Punk or Daniel Bryan or any other type of challenger could potentially overtake that, you didn't care it was John Cena. You were saying, wow, is Vince really going to put over CM Punk? It could have been any fucking person here. And again, the WWE crowd is so fucking dumb. It didn't have to be John Cena. It literally could have been anyone, because those mindless shitheads over there will cheer anything. Don't believe me? Look at fucking Jey Uso right now. He's just doing this fucking thing all the time, and it's over.
Right? So I remember, I remember Shawn Michaels in the Boyhood Dream, right? I remember Triple H and the whole DX saga of them breaking up, right? I know Evolution and the Batista saga, right? Like these stories, right? I remember the Summer of Punk, right? Like those kind of things. But like, what did John Cena ever lead as like?
Well, that's the thing.
The story that's what I mean. Like,
but like that's the thing. The Summer of Punk is predicated on John Cena being the machine,
right?
But it didn't have to be John Cena.
What John Cena led story?
Yeah, nothing.
Do you remember? Because he didn't have a personality, so there wasn't
rise above hate.
Like you said, when he was like, "Hey, I'm fucking up the game." JBL with your stupid suits, get the fuck out.
Kurt Angle
Spinner
with
belts,
your dumb shit,
right? Like, all that.
Yeah.
That was a disruptor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
then he just became nothing.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing. Yeah. And so this whole thing now, we're all saying thank you and suck a dick. And also, the only matches that he had were good was because of the other fucking guy. Oh wow, you're saying that AJ Styles had a great fucking match? Fucking duh. Name the great John Cena match with someone who wasn't AJ Styles or someone great. And also, one second, hold on. And another fucking thing, that CM Punk Money in the Bank 2011 match fucking sucks. The only thing that you liked about it was that the crowd was fucking crazy, and that is awesome. Again, a crowd can make so much things even better, and I'm not trying to say that the crowd didn't fucking rule. And the atmosphere was amazing, but the match itself can suck dog shit.
Yeah.
That was not good at all. So fuck out of here, John Cena, with your bitch ass.
I saw a recent picture of the AJ Styles. He has not given up on the WWE diet at all.
Nah, why not?
Man.
Ride it till the wheels come off. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. I would too. Give me the free stuff and a doctor.
Man. Those fucking
Load me up with whatever you want.
This side in fucking years.
And another thing with John Cena too. These fucking interviews where he acts like he's whisper talking to say something profound when it's like, I like my cappuccino with half calf. Shut the fuck up. You ever watch these interviews where he talks like this? Hey, Tim.
He's worse about smelling his own farts. Remember that?
Tim, so when I put on these headphones, Tim, what I really am trying to do is make moments, okay? Yeah. I play off of what you're saying, and I want to make moments.
So desperately wants everyone to think he's deep.
Oh, I know.
He's a fucking deep guy.
I saw that he was on fucking Joe Rogan. Look at those two peas in a fucking pod. Although, here's the thing. Listen to him on Joe Rogan. All of a sudden, he's talking like, yeah, my dad. Like, all of a sudden, now he's normal guy John. But when he talks to Chris Van Fleet or whatever, he's like, yeah, so
Teddy and,
here's the thing.
Reflective.
So the thing is like Brock Lesnar was coming back, and I'm on my way out. And shut the fuck up with your ugly ass suits. That's the other thing too. What the fuck are you wearing? You look like a grandma's fucking wet dream of drapes.
Me money to believe that this was going to be the hate John.
Yeah, I know.
Show.
Fuck him. It just, god damn it, man. And also, last thing, watch their fucking like tribute video to him. They just have motherfuckers in the locker room holding 8x10 white cards that say like hustle or thank you, and then they just do lazy ass shit. You motherfuckers are supposed to be competing with Disney. Suck your own fucking cock. That shit sucked.
I'm every day I happenstance see something from that company. I'm more glad that I haven't watched anything from that company.
I know. And here's the thing. I watched it because I was like, well, obviously his prime was when I was in, day out. Yeah. So I was just like, honestly, I was curious. I was like, are they going to put Kurt Angle in this? Are they going to put Chris Jericho, right? Like something like that. Nope.
There's so many things, especially on the Reddit.
Rhea
I'll see,
Ripley.
like, the Reddit, you kind of scroll and so you kind of see like the headlines and stuff and pictures. People will be like, oh man, this match between two names and there's two people on this screen. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. And it's great. I'm like, I don't want to know who those fucking people are.
It's the worst. Speaking of the worst, Mercedes Moné, her package was next. And
hey, we lost a belt. We're 12.
We did lose a belt. And this is what doesn't make sense about this highlight package. I thought it was well done, except for there's a flaw in execution. So we do hey, Mercedes Moné lost to, she lost to Chris Statlander, right? So she didn't get to become the women's world champion. Then she goes to Ring of Honor to defend her championship, and she loses to Red Velvet. So she's spiraling. She's out of control. Except for, LOL, no she's not, because on Collision, she beat Layla Gray to defend her TNT championship.
Yeah. So are we not doing the we're going to...
Yeah, but like...
Because, 13 belts Monet has to eventually become no belts Monet at some point in time.
Right.
And we need, they almost have to come in quick fashion, or else this takes too long, right? It has to be a spiral out of control. It almost has to be one after the other.
But I'm not buying into the spiral when her last match was a title.
Right, It's not a spiral
defense. Yeah. So
a spiral. That's what I'm saying. She should have lost that belt.
Yeah. So I don't know.
All the Texas Mud Flap Championships.
Yeah. Go to fucking Antarctica or wherever the fucking titles are and lose them.
Rugen champion or whatever the hell they call that stuff over there, and
I'm not saying you should book it, but let's say she loses the TNT championship. Who would you pick her to lose that championship to?
Willow.
Ooh, but tag champ and TNT champ?
She's a tag champ now. So man, maybe you go with somebody like a Megan Bain, right? And give her something to do, right? Yeah.
Well, and she would throw her around. And again, Mercedes sucks as a character, but the wrestling, and I will always say this, the wrestling is top notch. So yeah.
Yeah. I'd almost have it where she loses, the West Texas Mud Flaps, something we don't see. Somebody's interviewing her and she was like, what the fuck? That's what you have to ask me about? Not about my glorious outfit or whatever, right? Clearly pissed off about it. And then she just gets a tap, right? Because Megan Bain's she just points to one of the other belts. She's like, tonight. Right? Mm-hmm. She'll be like, no, right? No, right? And then you get the interviewer be like, actually, I'm being told, yeah, right? Yep.
You're on now, actually.
Fuck,
so, yeah,
what?
Yeah.
What? No, right? That's the stuff we need, right?
Yeah. I like that. That would make the most sense, and it's easiest to do. The thought I had, and again, it's just because I love Toni Storm, I would have Toni Storm go after Mercedes and say, hey, remember when you tried to take the thing I loved and I told you to fuck off? Well, guess what? Now I'm taking the thing you love. And I'm going to get that fucking belt. And then you could have a thing where you could build out that, does Toni have Mercedes' number, right? Because Mercedes beats everyone. But you go 2 years, 3 years that she's never beat Toni Storm. And then you could flip the roles, right? Make her babyface, make Toni heel. And then we finally get in 2029 the payoff of Mercedes finally beats Toni Storm. You could do that.
Could do that. It's not a terrible idea.
Thank you. You were talking about promos earlier from Samoa Joe. The next one here, Eddie Kingston talking about how he's ready for Samoa Joe.
Emotional, which they even said, emotional.
But here's the thing that I swear to God, and I get it. He's working with Renee here, and those two are legitimate friends who have hung out outside of work and are legitimate, probably call each other, hey, your football team sucks kind of conversations, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
This was the most authentic.
way to categorize the type of conversation. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
yeah.
But this is the most authentic interview I think I can recall in recent memory. It didn't feel like they even. It literally felt like,
it just
hey,
felt like
just
a conversation, right?
Yeah.
No, and I mean maybe that's what they went with. Maybe it was like. I think what they did here is I think we've come to understand Eddie Kingston, and I don't know that there is an actual. I know we talk about there's John Cena the man and John Cena the character. I don't know that if Eddie Kingston's his real name, for one, there's no real line here. I don't think there ever is a difference. When we see Eddie Kingston, we see the man and the character in the same. And so I think somebody on there recognized he was just emotional, right? He's going to be featured in a world title match. He's emotional about it. Run with it. Play into it.
Yeah, he does the best of who's the fucking actor, the Will Be Blood that is like known for method acting the most, Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis, right? He's like that of the wrestling world, where it's like if you know when they hit cut or whatever, I bet you he's like, Renee, I'm seriously getting like anxious. Like I am gonna go warm up right now.
Yeah.
Like there's not a stop with him. And
no, that's what I mean. I think
he's the
as much as anybody
best.
can live the gimmick, and I don't mean like he's not living the gimmick in the way we used to praise Cody Rhodes for like living the gimmick, where like every time he was in public he was in that fucking mask, right? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like he's living the gimmick in that the gimmick ain't a gimmick is what I mean. You know what I mean? Like this is Eddie Kingston, the man, the fighter, the character, the little boy who grew up, and you know what I mean? Like all of it.
He's the
it's beautiful.
Best.
It's beautiful because of it. It's
and
great.
And when he brought up, like I mentioned earlier, when he brought up that yesterday or today when he was talking was the 50th anniversary of Terry Funk winning the heavyweight championship. And now here's his time to win the heavy. I was like, we're fucking doing this.
We're doing this. I know. I was kind of like, man, this is going to be cool tonight.
Because I honestly thought, I was like, you can't bring up Terry Funk's name and then not deliver on the promise.
So I literally, I think I even skeeted this, but I was like, I'm going to cry either way tonight, aren't I? I was like, I'm gonna, like, if he wins, I'm going to be like, hell yeah. And if he loses, I'm going to be like, God damn it.
Well, and when he brought that up, that's when I was like, oh. Because honestly, the world title shot did feel like it kind of came out of nowhere, right? Where it was just like, hey, fight you in a week. Okay, cool, right? But then when they said the Terry Funk thing, I was like, oh, they've planned this forever. He is going to win the championship. Dude, I was starting to pace. My wife was like, sit the fuck down.
Like, it hit me, I think, last week. I was like, wait a minute. Did we have Joe beat Hangman so that it would be a heel?
Yeah,
so
and then Eddie wins.
And then I started thinking, I was like, are we losing Eddie soon? Like, are we trying to get him his,
no,
you know what I mean? Like his Flowers run. But I don't think that's the case now. So, yeah, I don't know.
Anyhow, so that was the promo. We continued the show, and then we get Mark Briscoe. He goes out there, and we revert back to a little bit of that conglomeration, Mark Briscoe. And anyone who's listened to us long enough knows that that's fun, but we don't want that as TNT champion Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
And so then Garcia and Yuta come out. They give a good fuck you Yuta chant. So credit to Atlanta. Job well done. That
Atlanta knows how to get down.
Atlanta
knows how to hate, you know?
And so we get Garcia getting in Briscoe's face. Da, 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 da. Mark Briscoe hits Daniel Garcia, and then I guess this part didn't make sense. Now Yuta and Marina Shafir are like, Garcia, no, Garcia, no. There's three of you. Beat him up.
Go beat him up. Yeah, beat him up.
And then, but no, hold them back. And okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I do too. And I don't think it's AEW specific. It's pro wrestling wide. Some of these little details are missed on the folks setting things up.
Yeah. Because, again, you could say no contact before our match next week on, I think it's Collision. Yep. Okay, then that makes sense why Yuta saying you don't want to lose this opportunity. But if that's not said, you kind of look like just an idiot for the guys that will drown Darby Allin to be like, don't hit Mark Briscoe now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Death is in your name. What the fuck are you doing? Anyhow.
We ride till death.
Or if Mark Briscoe punches us in the face, and then we got to hold back. All right, Tim, I want your opinion on this. So next up, we go backstage because there's madness, the triangle of madness, that is. And they're beating up just random women. And Chris Statlander comes to the save, and they all run off. Now, this is the second week in a row where the triangle of madness are just beating up women backstage. What do you think?
I mean, they need to do something. Everybody needs to do something, right? We've said that. So they should do something. And I think they should be harming other would-be competitors. But they should do it in a spooky fashion. And this is not spooky because they're the spooky team, right?
Well, the Sisters of Sin, after they beat you up, will hold hands and talk at the same time.
No, I need
like The Shining.
We need somebody hanging upside down on a pentagram or something here. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get weird. You know?
Yes. Because here's where it's like I almost want to call the bluff of Tekla is, okay, you're poison. Fucking be it. Because all you really are is Hot Topic scary. And it ain't no one fucking care about that shit.
Yeah, because I had the same thing about the Bray Wyatt turning into the Fiend. At least he tried, right? And he failed on some things. He definitely failed on some of the things, but he tried, right? And he hit a home run on some of them, but he failed on some others, right? He tried to find spooky ways to be spooky.
I'll tell you, I mean, man, that is a great example. Because, yeah, you want to talk about legit, like, awesome, but I'm also scared. When The Fiend came out at SummerSlam to face Finn Balor, and he had his fucking head as the lantern.
Yeah.
His own head.
Yeah, his own head. Yeah.
And that fucking music.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that scared them. And I was like, but I kind of want to join. Because you know how I get. I'm like, yeah, I want to join this, you know.
Yeah.
That's where Tekla, right now, you're just wearing leather jackets.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. I need to see people disappeared and then not want to talk about what happened to them when they resurface, right? Like and them being jumpy, right? Like we need to know something weird is going on with these girls.
Yes, really weird. And again,
I need potions.
not like,
I need spells. I need something, right?
No, I was going more like kind of. It's a hard way to describe it because it's not the vibe, but it is the kind of violence I'm describing. But like gangs, like when the Crips walk into a bodega and everyone kind of goes, "Oh shit!" Right? That where they're like, "Oh, because we took your cousin and hung her upside down and fucking cut her throat and watched her bleed and laughed at her."
Yeah, that's what I mean. They need to be torturing folks in some way.
That's
right?
what. Yeah.
Whatever television appropriate pro wrestling torture we can do here, but.
Like Saw, that would be a good analogy. Like, not gangs, but like Saw,
right.
where it's like
Saw-like, right? Yeah. Less Twilight, more Saw, right?
Yeah, yeah. You can't just be wearing vintage, Texas Chainsaw T-shirts and think that I'm gonna be fucking cool with you.
This is cosplay.
Get with it,
me, right? You're cosplaying goth here, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't need this.
I got. And again, hey, didn't she told me she got kicked out of Japan.
Why aren't we see them, or at least like we can get like the ring or something? Like, why aren't they trying a seance, right? Why aren't they trying to disappear somebody quite literally, right? Like, why aren't they trying? We buried, was it Paul Bear in concrete? Like, let's do something. Mm-hmm. Come on.
I had this weird daydream real quick. I had this thought where you have like Tekla and Adam Copeland like in this love kind of like, ooh, you're kind of scary. Ooh, I'm kind of scary. And you do something like that and Beth Phoenix gets involved and then the Sisters of Sin like take her out and kind of anyhow.
No, here's what you do. So they're doing spooky things, right? They're torturing people.
Yeah.
They lure Adam Cole into a back room. Things are spooky. He's now getting strapped down and they're going to torture him by doing unwanted dental work on him. And who comes in to do it is Britt fucking Baker. And then he's like, no! Anybody but her. Right now, like.
Actually, you know what? Because I keep thinking, I've been thinking this entire time of what actually they could get away with. You know, a segment they could almost recreate, but it would be cool for them. Remember when Daniel Garcia and Matt Menard captured Jack Perry and they just tied him up to a chair? Do that to
these things.
one
Put
of the
these
girls.
people in fear. I need them to fear for their natural life here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In that segment, Jack Perry was like, I love this shit. Keep doing it to me.
Yeah.
But in the thing, like, if you did it to Britt Baker, she's
Harley
peeing herself.
Cameron, if she's not the champion, right?
Right.
But
Yeah. She's scared. Yeah. Do that. That's
Queen
what I want.
Aminata. Like,
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Do something crazy. All right. Next up, we get something that if I told you last year was going to happen, you probably wouldn't believe me. A tornado tag match with the trios, 2/3 of the trios world champions, Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata, taking on, for the first time ever, Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. And first I'll ask you, what do you think of the new Swerve song?
I like
The
it.
entrance. I do too.
Like
I really
like
like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels more like a fight song.
Yes.
Most danger. That feels like I'm going into battle. The other one was
Yeah.
cool. This one feels like
But it ran its course. I feel like this is This is similar to how Bray Wyatt did things, where like we kind of kept the song, but we just switched it up a little.
Right,
Made
exactly.
it a little more fresh.
I will say also, I don't know if you've noticed, but Swerve Strickland, Triple H's sledgehammer is the same as Swerve Strickland and the staple gun. Like everything is the staple gun now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
the dojo comes out and he's hitting people in the back.
The chain too. The chain is kind of becoming a thing. I know Hangman was wearing it today to kind of signify they're
together.
But yeah.
But yeah, there was one moment where like he turned one of the Ops Dojo guys around and like stapled him in the back like he was shooting him with a gun, like a real gun. Yeah.
I saw somebody on the Blue Sky was like, can you imagine if they were like, hey, local talent, we need you to come out here and work with Swerve Strickland. They'd be like, oh, cool. What am I going to take his signature move? And be like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, I would have been like, hey, you're either doubling my pay or we're not putting real staples in that shit because ain't no one zooming in on me. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to see a staple in my ass here.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to see a staple in my ass, I'll do it for an extra $50.
Yeah, double that fucking pay.
What about 2 hot dogs and a handshake?
Right, yeah. If I get a handshake from Toni Storm, I'll do it. Okay, here she comes. Yes! But yeah, so we get this tornado tag match. They're fighting everywhere. We get Shibata doing a jump kick on Swerve sitting in a chair by the merch stand. We get Hangman by the bar beating up Powerhouse Hobbs. We're getting the back and the forth. Yeah, took beer, all that. We did, though, get, I don't know if you caught this. We did get this moment where it was like a double team move where Hangman was doing a fall away slam. Swerve did some like jump kick. He did hit one of his signature moves, but then Swerve got up and Hangman was already there and they go face to face for a split second. And it was almost as if they're like, what
Muscle
year is
memory
it?
would.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's
I'll
good.
kill
'Cause
you.
you got to have that because this is, look, they have a shared hatred of somebody right now and have come to respect in some ways each other. Mm-hmm. But man, you still broke into my house and stolen my keys and burnt my house down. Like, this ain't ever really over. It just sometimes don't need to be on right now,
Yeah. Well, and so I want your thoughts on this. So Swerve and Hangman get the victory. Hey, here we go. It was the Buckshot Lariat house call. Here we are. Now I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit because we hear from Hangman, and Hangman says, after teaming with Swerve, it feels like hell froze over. So what's next for me? Obviously, you know what the fuck's next for me. It's the World Championship. So Eddie or Joe, just know at World's End, I'm getting that belt back. Are you?
Are you?
Because Swerve essentially said, I'm back and I'm getting my title back. And I'm getting it back from the guy that I beat the first time around.
Maybe that's how we'll get Hangman off of the chase. I think we're going to get back to like Hangman Joe again. And we're going to be like, all right, Hangman, here's your chance to get it back. And right as he's about to maybe get it, maybe Swerve remembers that he doesn't actually like this motherfucker.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Ooh, what would be a fun wrinkle?
Or maybe the ops just pay him off then, right? And just be like, you know what I mean? Slip him some money and he's like, or they slip the money to Nana, right? And he's like,
well, that's where my mind went is because you still want to keep Swerve this like cool, because he's still going to get cheered, right? We like the most danger. We're going to start chanting that in a couple weeks, right? But if you do a thing where it's Joe and Hangman 3 at World's End, the climax of the match is coming. Hangman's getting ready for his buckshot lariat.
Top of the cage or whatever.
Something,
we're on.
yeah. But Prince Nana cost Hangman the match, and then he runs back to Swerve, and he's like, "Huh? I did it!" Like
and Swerve's like, "Did what, motherfucker?"
He's like, "I did the plan. Like, you're meant to be a world champion, so let's go beat up Joe." And then Hangman says, "I'm killing you, Swerve." Swerve is like, "No, you're not," but also, fuck, okay, let's fucking fight. You know what I mean? And now we get this like begrudging rivalry again, but it's because of Prince Nana.
That's it. Yeah, you'd be like, "I didn't give that order." Be like, "Oh, so your fucking people that work for you just go into business for themselves?" And be like, "Don't you talk about the fucking people that work for me, right?"
Right. And
you're
then
like, what?
Yeah, and there you go.
We're back.
And
on
then you could have some character development between Prince Nana and Swerve, which I do think there needs to be.
Because I think Swerve should hold up in front of Hangman like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm riding with Nana." And then as soon as he leaves, he'd be like, "Bitch, why did you fucking do this, man?"
Yeah.
We just got cool, man. Like,
yeah.
And like, fuck him, but like, we were cool. Like, you know what I mean? Now I got the heat back on me because of you.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to give you your holiday bonus, but I guess we're going to wait.
Yeah.
Mid-year review now. Mid-year review, we're going to see it.
Exactly. Yeah. You're on notice. That's what you tell him. 30-day notice. Like,
takes his coffee from him.
Yeah.
He's like, damn it. That would be fun.
That's the thing is, you know what? Next time, no dancing in the entrance.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Like, no. None.
Yeah. You're not getting over. Yeah. All right, we keep it moving, and Don Callis wants his money match with the Young Bucks. Young Bucks say, all right, fine. How about this fucking big guy? And it's Luchasaurus, and Luchasaurus goes, "Arr!" and looks at Kenny Omega's locker room, and Kenny Omega's like, "I don't need the money, but if it's to beat up Don Callis, or, beat Don Callis, I guess I'll do it."
Yeah. Look, I know... I guess it's fine that Luchasaurus doesn't really talk, right?
But he should.
Right? I feel like we can do it now. I think we can have our Kane moment. And have him be like, "Yeah, guys, I'm a dinosaur, but like, I'm a well-evolved dinosaur," right? We've heard him talk before in that manner, right? Didn't he like say some smart shit one time and go on like a fucking
with
like
Christian
a goddamn
Cage
with Master Chicken?
Yeah. Well, or if he's gonna grunt and stuff, here's what I would do. I would have him feel comfortable enough to finally speak in English, or again, let's just say it's Spanish, whatever. But he will always know how to communicate with the Beast Mordos, and he can go back to that native language. And then Beast Mordos, I still think that's fun.
They should walk by and be like, and then it's like fucking, and then fucking like, dap and leave, right? And then be like, "Anyway, as I was saying."
Perfect. Oh, I got a fun segment. It could even be a digital exclusive, right? It doesn't have to be on the TV show. But you just have a backstage segment where you have Jack Perry and Luchasaurus walking this way, and then we go to the other side behind them, and you got Mercedes Moné and Beast Mordos walking towards them.
Yeah.
Mercedes and Jack Perry are just whining. "Oh my God, can you believe that?" Blah, 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 blah. And then Jack Perry's like, "Oh, and Don Callis wanted to do that," all that. And then you get Beast Mordos and Luchasaurus. Right? And then they get shoulder to shoulder, and then they do the rah, 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 rah. And you could even do like a subtitle of like "Bitches Be Wild" or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like that.
You're like, "God damn, fucking
And then they just go. Like, that would be fun. Yeah, they should do something like that. That would be, goddamn, that would be fun.
Yeah,
right.
And you need both Jack Perry and Mercedes to be looking at them like, fucking,
what? Oh, now you know someone that you can talk to? Okay, keep going. Yeah, something like that. All right, we get another promo, which I'm realizing we had a lot of promos.
Yeah, a lot of promos, yeah.
I didn't hate it. We get Stokely Hathaway, and he cuts deep.
Yo, this was a great promo.
Yeah.
Look, we've said Stokely does great things, but there's almost always a touch of humor, and there was none of that in this, and it was a great promo.
Yeah, it was, "You are going to fail in Manchester. You know it. We know it. You're not going to be able to check those titles at security because we're going to have them." Yeah, it was like the reality
check, right? He was like, "Guys, it was all fun and games, but like, you know what happens here? So stop fucking pretending. Stop wasting everybody's intelligence here."
I thought... This is where, you want to save those "my daughter thinks I'm the best wrestler" promos, so you use Stokely. This is where he's earning his money. Because this built up the match, but you didn't have to get any other fucking things involved.
Yeah,
and it
was
made
just
me
Stokely.
go like,
It was like we
all right.
didn't have any of the competitors, but Stokely sold me on this match more than any of their work leading
Yeah.
up to this. It sold me on.
Yeah. Very excited. All right, then we get the match of the night, I think we could all say. Unless, again, you love Eddie and Joe, which I did. But I would say rewatchable match, most rewatchable match. We get Speedball Mike Bailey taking on the Protostar Kyle Fletcher. And goddamn, did these two just try everything. That one spot where Mike Bailey does like a forward flip and he tries to like land the shins on Kyle Fletcher's face, but he moves, so he just goes straight to the floor from the ring apron, just right on his shins. Fuck, that would hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
where's
did a good
kick
job
pads, but
here
still.
in this match, and fast forwarding, Mike Bailey gets the surprise win, right? But
Yeah.
they did a good job of making me extra. Like, I didn't think Mike Bailey was going to win this match at all, right? I never like watching this was like Mike Bailey's could win this, but I really didn't think it because they spent time talking about how Kyle Fletcher did so well in the previous collection, how many points he had, and that this time he was going for the full sweep, right? He was gonna. So I was like, oh, so that's the story they're gonna tell with Kyle Fletcher. Is it's gonna be like the last match, right? He's trying to get them points, and somebody's gonna fuck him over or whatever, right? Like, or he's gonna slip up. And so in my mind, I was like, that's the angle we're gonna play with the Kyle Fletcher in the Continental Classic, and then whoops, shoeless Mike Bailey.
Well, and so here's the thing about that too, is now that Kyle Fletcher lost, he doesn't have his one match lead on Okada. So now
Right.
Okada and Kyle Fletcher are back to being tied. Because it felt like you said, oh, okay, so this is going to be the coordination of Kyle
maybe we
Fletcher's
get
the
there.
fucking man.
Yeah.
And now maybe we get a fucking
Maybe they meet up in
run
the
it back.
finals.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
even
Maybe we
though-
run
that's
it
what I'm
back.
saying. When you're in the same league, you could wind up in the finals with one of these people, because if you're first or second, you're going to face the inverse of that from the other league. So, like, let's say Okada finishes first, Fletcher second. Now they're split in a bracket. Fletcher could win, Okada could win, and we could do it there, right? Mm-hmm. For the Continental Classic, is it Fletcher? Is it Okada? Like, yeah.
You're right. And maybe that is what we do. We'll see. One thing I did want to mention, because now we are talking about the Don Callis family. Back when, earlier in the night, when the Young Bucks were beating up the Don Callis family, I don't know if you caught this, but right as the Young Bucks were about to super kick Don Callis, Takeshita pushes him out of the way, and he takes the super kicks, saying, I'll take one for you there, Don Callis. So you
So
think
what if
anything comes happen there?
Well, so what if all right, so we're down to what I'm saying. The final match for the Continental Classic is Okada versus Fletcher, right? And Takeshita now gets involved and helps Fletcher maybe?
Oh, yeah. Would definitely help Fletcher.
But now, so now what? Because like now Don Callis got to be like, what the fuck, right? Because now they're, all three of them are fucking kind of fighting. The whole thing's unraveling on him.
Yeah, I mean, I
Proto
think
Cheetah, right? Proto Cheetah.
it is yeah. I do think though that was meant to say, look what Takeshita will do, and it'll make it that much more heartbreaking when Don Callis says, "And I didn't even give a shit,"
Yeah,
and then it's
exactly.
Like, oh, right. So anyhow,
I never
But
cared
yeah.
for you. That was a foolish move. That's when I knew you were weak. Was
Exactly.
you taking a bullet for me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can take super kicks, you pussy, something like that. But yeah, this match had
Never
it
give
all.
yourself up for another man, you weak cuck.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, just
Right. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
perfect. Yeah, so we had everything in this match. Spinning kicks, brain busters, big moves, little moves, false finishes, all the fucking shit. And like we said, Speedball gets the victory, his first 3 points of the tournament. And like I mentioned, now that means Okada and Fletcher are tied in the Gold League. All right. We keep it going. As I mentioned, Hangman says he wants the title. The Young Bucks find their third guy. And then we get to the main event. Your champion, your men's world heavyweight champion, Samoa Joe, takes on the people's champion of any gender, Eddie Kingston. And man, they were hot for old Eddie Kingston, weren't they? They were just fucking ready to just yell their fucking heads off. and it's a back and forth affair, and it ends with a rear naked choke. Eddie Kingston taps out. Still your champion, Samoa Joe. What'd you think of the match?
Well, my heart was broken because I thought we were going to get it. Now, the match, of course, was great. I thought the match was, our crowd was hanging on the edge of their seats for this. A unique way where Samoa Joe is the heel here, very classically playing the heel, doing heel things, and we are all behind Eddie Kingston, like the crowd was, but they still weren't hating Samoa Joe, right? You know what I mean?
You can't, yeah.
And you can't. But it's amazing how he still pulls that off, right? He's still the very effective heel in this match that we want to lose. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to boo him and hate him, right? Like, it's not. But, man, our heart breaks. And we're like, please, Eddie, please. Yeah. Right? Like, get it done, do it. And it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's not go-away heat that Samoa Joe has. It's begrudging respect, but I don't
Eddie
fucking like
heat,
it. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I don't fucking like you,
just
but
lay
I respect
down for
what
Eddie
you do.
so we can cheer, all right?
Yeah, just have some fucking fun. God damn it,
Joe,
man.
you've already had the belt so many times.
Yeah, and Eddie needs it. One thing that I saw on Instagram is, and I didn't catch it in real time, but apparently, because John Cena posted a picture of the match last night, when Joe had Eddie Kingston in the STF, he did this John Cena salute because that's I thought that was good. To be honest with you, it's cool, but I really don't. I mean, I know they started their career off in that training center, that infamous photo with Joe and John Cena. I really don't think of them, though, as like
friends.
Well, like
buddies.
rivals. But I don't think of them really like interacting much. But I mean, obviously they did when they were training. But I still thought it was fun. That was a nice touch. But I was heartbroken just like you. Eddie Kingston.
He's your best friend.
He is my best friend. He just doesn't know it, but he is my best friend. And I'm his best friend.
Well, I mean, he's your best friend in that, like, I don't got any other friends. So, like, he's the best one I got. Yeah, he's the best.
Best one I got. Yeah, so there you go.
Out of all the people who don't consider me friends, he's the best one.
He's the best.
So,
yeah, the best. Absolute best.
Best friend.
So, Eddie loses. Joe retains. Next week, we're going overseas to Cardiff, Wales. What do you think is next for both guys?
Man. So Samoa Joe's just, I mean, I don't know who it's going to be, but he'll be the champ and he'll be fine and he'll wrestle on next comer, whether it's Hangman or whatever, right? But
do you think we do a Hangman Joe 3, or do you think we'd throw Swerve in there? Because we've already done that match too.
I think we might just do what we kind of played out, some version of like it's Hangman, but at least Swerve is there to give him back up against the Ops. But we see at least the start of Swerve being like, wait a minute, this should be me, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you already lost this match, man. Right? Like,
or
why am I not in here?
Or for funsies, and again, this is where we've always complained that AEW pay-per-views are too long, right? I think it's because some of the matches are needed, but we could do it on Dynamite or Collision. What I would do is Christmas night, right? Because they're going to need a rating. And what do you do Christmas night? Because if we're being serious, Christmas is a day holiday, right? After the morning, you eat, you open your presents, then you're kind of just chilling, right? So to get a good rating, what I would do is on Christmas night, #1 contenders match, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page. Winner faces Joe 2 nights later at World's End. That's what you would do. I fear, though, that they're going to say, that's at the pay-per-view. And it's like, God damn it, that's going to be 30 fucking minutes. And I'm going to be exhausted by the time it starts. Don't fucking do that. You know what I mean? Like, do it on Dynamite. So that's my hope, is we did a #1 contender between the two of them. And then we might get the Swerve does the, no, we ain't friends. Yeah, we helped each other, but we ain't friends. And Hangman goes, I'm going to kill you.
Man. Yeah.
My kid still hates you. You know, that would be funny. He goes, my kid still fucking hates you. And I do too, you know? Like, oh, good. Yeah. I do want to point out, I sent this to you after the show was over, but Bryan Danielson putting over Eddie Kingston, saying he loves him, saying he came this close, but he can keep going. You can do this. Do you think that leads to something?
Well, we know who's had a run like that, right? Who could, who kept falling just short and finally got over the hump. So it would be really cool if, as I said, Eddie Kingston becomes a heel and it's Bryan Danielson teaching him the dirty tricks on how to finally get this done, right? And he's kind of mentoring / managing him as a heel team.
Yeah. And again, I don't know, maybe it's a detail that they're trying to make us forget, but I keep going back to the back of my brain where all the cobwebs are, and I keep remembering MJF still has that contract.
He does.
And I tell you what, wouldn't it be great if I finally got my wish of the last 3 years where MJF says next week on Dynamite, Joe, I'm taking you on, and he wins the championship only for him to lose it to Eddie fucking Kingston.
So what if it was like, all right, so we know it's going to be a triple threat. It's going to be Joe, Hangman, Samoa, and Swerve at the World's End. And with 7 days notice, in comes, you know what I mean, MJF going like, no, actually, I think this is going to be a fatal 4-way or whatever we're going to call it, right? And then fucking Joe's like, God damn it, man. How many of you motherfuckers?
That would be tight. I would like that. Yeah. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, goddamn. This is actually what I think they might do. If they do it, trademark. Fuck them. They got to pay me. This is what they might do. They might do Swerve versus Hangman, #1 contenders match at World's End. And then Joe says the, Christmas episode or whatever, he's like, all right, so that's the #1 contender. I'm the champion. I'm not looking to just cash a check and not do anything. Who's here to challenge me? And then MJF goes, I remember the last time we fought, and it was at World's End. Why don't we fight again, this time at this year's World's End? Full circle moment, except for the tables are turned, and there you go. MJF, Samoa Joe. Joe's the champion. MJF is a challenger.
Yep. And then we get MJF, Eddie Kingston.
Yes. I swear to God, I will fucking cry. That's my dream.
Yeah.
That's my dream. Because it's going to be fucking
Eddie
awesome.
Kingston takes the world title, takes the men's world title off of MJF is the dream.
That is it right there, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Those two are fucking magic,
Who doesn't
man.
want to see that?
I swear,
Everybody wants to see that.
You could put that with anything in the... I'm this confident in it, and I hope they hear this, right? Because it is a compliment towards them. But, I would put those two in a program against anything in the history of pro wrestling. That's how high I think it could be.
I agree with you. I don't disagree.
Austin McMahon, Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Sting,
Claudio,
Luger,
Jeff Jarrett,
and Scams, whatever it is, right? The #1 can be Joe, or can be Eddie Kingston and MJF.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm excited to see where we go with all of this. I feel like we're in a good space story-wise with AEW with the various things going on.
I'm going to do my 3 wishes. I'm going to do my 3 wishes of just make MJF versus Eddie Kingston. That's what I'm going to do. It's just, no, I'm kidding.
So reminder, everybody, hit us up, aewrapup@gmail.com. I will put together our schedule and when we're going to do that. We got 2 end-of-year shows coming up that are, I don't know if that's next week or starting the week after that. I got to look at the calendar, but stay tuned with us. Go to allelitewrapup.com for all of the details you might need. And there's also a donate link up there if you're feeling festive and want to give. 'Tis better to give than to receive.
I will see you next week, dumbass.